Well, ladies and gentlemen, I was planning on making videos today, but this video here was not the one I was intending on making. So let's get into this. TubeFilter put out an article. COPPA author Senator Ed Markey introduces Kids Act targeting sponsored content and unboxing videos. Now this here was brought to my attention from one of my close friends, and this right here was actually something that The Quartering had made a video on. And once we get into this article here even deeper, you guys are going to face palm like there's no tomorrow. So be prepared for some cringe ahead, and let's get into this. Ed Markey, the Democrat senator who wrote the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, or COPPA for short, has co-introduced a new bill that, if passed, would force platforms with users under the age of 16 to radically alter the way they operate. Now, about a couple of months ago, I actually made a video about something similar to this effect when there was this whole blow-up about it on Twitter, where if this bill was to pass, then COPPA would get a lot worse and would apply to everyone that is under the ages of 16. And, well, the fact that we're here talking about this again shows that things are most likely going to get a lot worse for us creators. As children and teens increasingly spend their time on platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and Snapchat, Congress has yet to implement key safeguards that protects young people's well-being in the current digital media environment. Markey and fellow bill co-sen Richard Blumenthal said in a statement. Markey added, "Powerful apps push kids to buy products at every turn online, and top platforms are saturated with disturbing content that no kids should ever be exposed to." Disturbing content that no kid should ever be exposed to, right? Well, here's the thing, okay, is that it's up to the parents to make sure that their kids are not exposed to said disturbing content. But aside from all of that, like, this right here is just once again going to introduce a slippery slope of problems. And here's the thing, you might think that you are protecting kids' safety and privacy and all that stuff online, but the thing is that this right here is not the way to go about it. And in doing so, you are going to be harming content creators in mass so much worse than what it already has happened with COPPA being originally a thing for children under the ages of 13. Now under the ages of 16? I mean, come on, man. That is ridiculous. If passed, their bill, the Kids Internet Design and Safety Act, would force platforms to disable core features such as video autoplay, likes or upvotes, push notifications, and any feature that rewards young users with badges or other visual award symbols based on elevated levels of engagement with the platform. That last one is vague, but could potentially target YouTube's channel memberships and Twitch subscriptions, which commonly reward special badges or emojis. Yeah, you see what I mean when I said earlier, prepare for some cringe? Well, I was lying. This right here is going to handicap so many YouTubers in a much worse way. And now it seems to me that this right here is also going to be targeting channels that have memberships and all that stuff. And honestly, I am at an absolute loss about this. Like, what the fuck? Like, do these boomers not know how to get with the times and understand that there are content creators out there that rely on this online platform for their full-time career, that is how they make their living, that is how they support themselves, how they pay them bills, how they keep a roof over their head, how they support their families, etc., etc. Do they not understand the severity of the impact here should this pass. Like, COPPA is going to get 1,000 times worse. Like, this is bullshit. The Kids Act would also make it illegal for platforms to recommend literally any kind of branded or sponsored content to users under the age of 16. In the bill, Markey and Blumenthal specifically accuse influencer marketing of exposing children to marketing that is inherently manipulative or purposely disguised as entertainment or other information. Choice words, but you're fucking wrong. And this right here sounds like a statement that is meant to generalize all of the influencers, which that is just a very, very bad move, because yes, while I acknowledge the fact that there are bad actors out there, you also gotta understand that there is also a thing called discretion, and also a thing called, I don't know, people can think for themselves. Like, I don't even understand why this is even a thing. Like, this is just ridiculous. Like, that is a very, very big accusation right there, you know? And I get it. Again, it's like they want to help protect the children. It's all about the children. Save the children. But in doing so in this way, which, by the way, is a really destructive approach that's going to cause more harm than good, this right here is going to seriously kill a lot more YouTubers than what COPPA had already done in the first place since the start of this year. They also specifically target unboxing videos, referring to them, whether they're sponsored or not, as host selling. Wow. Host selling is a formerly popular and now outlawed children's TV practice where an animated or live host would endorse a product during their broadcast, or characters from a show would pop up in commercials that played while it aired. The basic problem lawmakers had with TV host selling is that because the advertising involved the show's host or characters, kids could be unaware that it was marketing. Markey and Blumenthal appear to have similar concerns about unboxing. They aren't the first. Last year, the public prosecutor office in Sao Paulo, Brazil, filed what appears to be a still ongoing lawsuit against YouTube, alleging that all unboxing videos are abusive advertising. I think you guys can put two and two together as to how ridiculous that sounds. Let's move on. The Kids Act wouldn't force platforms like YouTube to remove unboxing videos or sponsored content or influencer marketing, but it would make it illegal for them to direct, aka recommend via algorithm, or expose, show at all these kinds of content to users under 16. And how much do you want to bet that should this end up passing, YouTube is going to pass the buck on us once again, even though we can't control who views our content and at what age. They're going to pass the buck on to us and expect us to take full responsibility, even though it is up to YouTube as a platform to make sure that they are COPPA compliant. How much do you want to bet that they're going to pass the buck on to us? Because I'm willing to bet my whole paycheck that's going to be a thing. YouTube may not be able to tell which users are 16 or younger. As you may know, YouTube was recently hit with a $170 million fine by the FTC for collecting personal data from users under the age of 13, aka a violation of COPPA. People must be 13 or older to sign up for a YouTube account, but the FTC's complaint alleged that there were a number of users under 13 who were using over 13 accounts, perhaps obtained through an older person or by falsifying their age upon sign up to browse the platform. While they browsed, YouTube's system treated them like any other user, collecting and using their personal information. Even though that data collection apparently wasn't on purpose, it was still a violation of COPPA, and the FTC wanted YouTube to stop. Okay, so I do acknowledge the fact that there are potential for people that are underage to falsify their age to be able to get access on the platform, but again, how is that the creator's responsibility, you know? Like, we can't control who lies on the platform, we can't control who lies about their age, But it seems like all of this, at the end of the day, is going to come down to the fact that we are somehow going to be held responsible for all of this, even though we don't have any control over who views our content and at what age. And the data collection was, in fact, on purpose because YouTube openly bragged to other advertisers for commercial interest that their website was extremely popular amongst children, and that's what got the FTC's attention. So yeah, it was YouTube's fault, and they themselves knew what they were getting themselves into. And then they decided to pass the buck on to us. So no, this very much was purposeful. That is 100%. YouTube couldn't realistically find and boot out every single user under 13, so the platform ultimately had to find a workaround through radical changes. In January, it turned off targeted advertising on all child attractive, in quotations, videos, and disabled core features like comments, recommendations, and the save to playlist function. And we all know how that worked out, eh? Yeah, I made videos covering that. Yeah, there were videos that were very much not kid appropriate, but somehow marked as made for kids. Yeah, that totally worked out to perfection, didn't it? That situation is important because if the Kids Act is passed, YouTube may well be similarly unable to discern exactly which of its users are 16 or under. That means it could be forced to stop recommending and or showing all sponsored content, influencer marketing, and unboxing videos to everyone. Of course, it's possible the act won't pass or will change significantly as it goes through the lengthy process of becoming a law. But considering some YouTube creators have lost up to 60% of their monthly ad revenue since January, the bill and its potential consequences are worth keeping an eye on. No shit. Let's hope this doesn't pass, because this is a fucking dumpster fire. I think, honestly, these people wearing suits and are in the position of power need to educate themselves to the fullest extent before making big decisions like this that will objectively impact a wide range of YouTubers, and impact, I might add, in a negative way. They need to understand that these laws right here, these conditions, are going to seriously handicap the performance of these YouTubers to the point where their ad revenue and their income is going to be seriously compromised to the point where it might not even be enough to pass them by and pay their bills. Like, don't be fucking drunk with power. Jesus Christ, like, you're playing with people's lives here and you act like it's all fun and games. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it here for the video. I encourage you guys to share this video around, and we need to get the message out there that something like this does not need to pass, okay? We already have a lot of troubles and a lot of struggles as it is, like with COPPA originally being a thing for kids 13 and under here on YouTube. But if this passes, things are going to get a lot worse for YouTube as a whole. So this is why we need to spread this message around and say, no, we do not need this to be a thing, alright? So with that said, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for taking time out of your day to view this video. Spread the message around. Make a Reddit post. Talk about it on YouTube. Share it to Discord. Share it to Facebook. Share it to Twitter. Share it to Instagram. Share it everywhere. Anyways, legends, thank you guys very much for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next one.